Ross Barton has no idea that Mackenzie Boyd has discovered the truth in Emmerdale, and his upbeat attitude is beginning to get under Mack's skin as tensions continue to build between them. Earlier this week, Charity Dingle confessed to Mack that she had slept with Ross, and that encounter led to the birth of baby Leyla. Charity also revealed the ordeal she suffered at the hands of Dr. Todd, explaining that she had been blackmailed and sexually assaulted. Although Mackenzie has decided to stand by Charity and support her in seeking justice, he is finding it increasingly hard to ignore the anger he feels over everything that has happened. During today's episode of the ITV soap, Charity informed DS Reid about the blackmail carried out by Dr. Todd. While the detective acknowledged that the information was significant, she explained that the allegation would need to be investigated separately. The update was disappointing for Charity, leaving her questioning whether coming forward had been the right decision. Later, Charity arrived at the pub to start preparing for Leyla's christening. She was stunned when she recognized the woman she had encountered by the lake the previous Tuesday. At that time, Charity did not realize she had been speaking to Serena Sugden, who had come to the village in search of her distant relative, Robert Sugden. With Robert currently away, Serena has been spending time with Sarah Sugden. Charity immediately feared that Serena might reveal her secrets to Sarah, but Serena reassured her that she would remain silent. Soon afterwards, Mack arrived and was surprised to learn about Serena's connection to the Sugden family. Mack was instantly suspicious of Serena, mainly because of her surname, but Charity refused to share his concerns. Back at Jacob's fold, Mackenzie was forced to watch Ross take Moses out. Ross remained in high spirits, completely unaware that Charity had already told Mack the truth. As Ross departed, Charity tried to comfort Mack, but he rejected her support. Overcome with anger, Mack even admitted that he wanted to kill Ross. Never a good sign in Emmerdale. Upcoming episodes will feature a flash forward, revealing that someone has been violently attacked. Could today's scenes have been hinting at what is to come? Will an enraged Mackenzie confront Ross over baby Leyla and ultimately lash out? Dr. Todd may be feeling confident in Emmerdale, but she has underestimated the person standing against her. Charity Dingle has earned her fierce reputation over the years, and she isn't about to back down now. Despite struggling with the emotional burden of hiding both the assault and the blackmail from her loved ones, Charity still found the strength to go to the police. Unfortunately, her first statement failed to achieve the result she hoped for, as Todd was released soon after being questioned. Even so, Charity refused to give up. Determined to see justice done, Charity later makes the difficult decision to return to the police station and report the blackmail as well, hoping that the additional allegation might finally bring Todd down. However, her hopes are quickly dashed when DS Reid informs her that the two accusations will be investigated as separate cases rather than being considered part of a wider pattern of abuse. Mackenzie Boyd is now aware of much of what Charity has endured. Although he is deeply shaken by the revelations, he initially tries to remain strong in order to support his wife. But as Leyla's christening approaches, the pressure becomes too much, and Mack begins to fall apart. Consumed by guilt and anger, he ends up confronting Kev Townsend. Unexpectedly, Kev refuses to rise to the challenge. Now focused on his life as a baker, he has little interest in violence. Instead of fighting, he encourages Mack to talk about what is really troubling him. To Mack's own surprise, he blurts out that Charity was unfaithful. After listening, Kev suggests that Mack should direct his anger towards the person truly responsible, Dr. Todd. Believing this could help him cope, Mack soon tracks Todd down at another hospital. He finds her as smug and self-assured as ever. Todd attempts to discredit Charity, insisting that she cannot be trusted and that her accusations are false. However, Mack stands firmly by his wife and warns Todd that prison awaits her. Todd remains completely unfazed. Even when Mack threatens her, she refuses to lose her composure, suggesting that she believes she can once again escape any consequences. Meanwhile, Charity begins to lose hope, but Serena Sugden steps in and encourages her not to give up the fight. Serena's support gives Charity renewed determination to continue pursuing justice. Yet just as Charity finds her strength again, the police suddenly arrive looking for Mack, bringing even more trouble to their doorstep. Robert Sugden has only been away from the village for a short time in Emmerdale, but a great deal has changed during his absence. While he has been gone, his cousin Serena Sugden has arrived in the village, and his former husband Kev Townsend has also made an unexpected return. In upcoming scenes, Robert, who has been visiting his sister in Portugal alongside Aaron Dingle, is left stunned when he unexpectedly comes face to face with Kev once again. Unsurprisingly, their conversation quickly turns to unfinished business. In the latest scenes, Robert learns that Kev is back in the village, and discussion soon shifts towards finalizing their divorce. For fans of Robert and Aaron, this development could mean that plans for their future wedding can finally move forward once the legal process is completed. Fortunately, Kev appears willing to cooperate and get everything sorted without delay. Elsewhere, Robert is delighted to discover that Serena is also in town. Given the years that have passed, particularly after Robert's time in prison, it has been a long while since the cousins have spent any time together. Their reunion could mark the beginning of an interesting new dynamic. Serena first appeared earlier this week while travelling through the area. After stopping to find somewhere private, she unknowingly crossed paths with Charity Dingle, who was nearby, struggling under the emotional strain caused by her secrets surrounding baby Leyla and Dr Todd. The sounds coming from the nearby bushes startled Charity, and when Serena emerged, she quickly sensed that Charity was distressed and in need of support. Although Charity was initially hesitant, she eventually realized that Serena could be trusted. She opened up about everything she had been going through, while Serena listened with patience and understanding. After they went their separate ways, Serena entered Emmerdale into her phone's map application and headed for the village. Upon arriving at Emmerdale Farm, she learned from Serena Sugden that Robert was currently away. Serena was pleased by the opportunity to reconnect with Sarah, especially as they had not seen each other for more than a decade. Meanwhile, Kev also returned to our screens this week. He was working from his bakery van when Liam Kavanagh approached him with alarming news that Lewis Barton had been abducted. As Lewis's biological father, Kev immediately abandoned what he was doing in order to help. However, it soon emerged that Kev still needed to return a necklace belonging to a woman named Kylie. Despite insisting that he had changed, he initially delayed giving the item back. Eventually, Kev recognized that supporting his son mattered far more than holding on to the necklace, and he returned it to Kylie. Shortly afterwards, when Lewis came home, he unexpectedly encountered Kev. In a moment that surprised everyone, Kev stood up and sang "Father and Son" in an attempt to reveal that he was Lewis's biological father. Overwhelmed by the revelation, Lewis made it clear that he did not want a relationship with Kev. Later, Kev spoke with Ross and Nicola King in the pub, explaining that he did not want to disappear after revealing such life-changing news. Instead, he intended to remain in the village. The question now is whether Lewis will eventually allow Kev to become part of his life. Emmerdale is broadcast every weekday at 8 p.m. on ITV1, with episodes also available to stream on ITVX.